everyone. Welcome back. I have been doing a lot of studying lately, and I hope that I can start really climbing my ELO again really soon. Coming out with a couple of new Stockfish Teaches videos I think you'll enjoy, so stay tuned for that. And anyhow, let's get into the game. So we got the white pieces, and start off normal Jabab of London, and they start going into a perk. So we start doing the setup for the 150 attack, and everything seems normal. And they went out of the book moves. Like this is not a typical move. Usually it happens like if they're push that pawn, it's a little bit later. So I already knew it was a bit of an inaccuracy of sorts. It prevents them from castling, and I kind of like to see it. I was hoping that they would castle and I pick up a free pawn, but that didn't happen. But anyways, I castled here, and Stockfish would have actually preferred me moving the H pawn to H3. This was not a move that made it into the top even three. So I feel like chess.com's analysis is showing it to be a bit inaccurate. So I'm going through all these videos using Stockfish to figure out, okay, where did I really go wrong? I don't want to take just like this video or this chess.com's word for that these are the best moves. Sometimes they will not be the best, and there are better moves. So anyhow, the best move in this particular position is moving the pawn to h3, primarily preventing this knight moving over here, and also preventing that bishop from coming in too. I feel like my move was still okay. But anyways, he moved his knight out right here. That wasn't a great move, but I was late with the h3 pawn push, and in this particular position, Stockfish would have wanted me to kick that knight. This pawn is protected by that knight, and they would either have to move this knight back or move here, in which they would get attacked again. And if they move back here, that bishop would be ready to take it out, double their pawns on that file, and it would be really, really ugly. So I didn't do that, but I feel like they made a bit of a mistake too. But I didn't want to be the one to capture first, because they could just take. I wanted to pin the knight before I would capture, and if they missed it, then and just like try to move the knight or try and do something, might even be able to pick up a piece for free or checkmate. That's not usually going to happen, but you never know. They took my queen, I took back, and I hopped in the knight. Very few instances where a knight move up like this is justified. Usually you want to push that pawn up, even with the h3 pawn up. But I had ideas of trying to capture that pawn after I take the knight, so I felt like it was justified in this case. He castles, I took, he recaptures, and I grabbed the pawn, while also attacking their bishop. And anyways, he ended up blundering because I could just take I could just take that knight if this bishop wasn't there. So first I took the rook, which is a really good move because it puts him in check. He recaptures, and then I take the bishop. He has to double up his pawns, and then I get the free knight. So I feel like it worked out pretty well for me. They attacked the knight. I moved it to a different square, and he tried to pick up the bishop. I captured, he recaptured. I attacked the rook, and he just traded it off. And this is a really good position. I was really happy when I got it. I felt like it was going to be really hard to mess up. So we brought out our kings, try and get it into the centralized squares. And really in this position, there's nothing he can really do. He can't move here or here. He can't even move his king over to that square. About the only thing he can do is push pawns and maybe hope for the best, try and get a passed pawn. But I felt like if I had this structure, it would be hard for him to get a passed pawn. So I guess if I would have brought this up, it would have either forced a trade, or he might just lock everything up. So that kind of makes sense. But I wasn't going to let him through, and just doing different attacks. And I guess he didn't really have a whole, really any moves that he could really make other than maybe that move. So he was just kind of forced to make a bad move. And I don't know why I just didn't capture there. I don't know, maybe I was afraid that he was going to be, I don't know, moving over there. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have just taken the free pawn. But I saw it this time. I captured it, and he's just kind of moving around, not really able to make any good moves. And now this knight is protected, and I can start trying to move pawns down, escorting it, trying to eliminate the pawns so I can make a new queen. So, but I also didn't want to stalemate the person either. So just started advancing the pawns, capture it when I can, and this was a fatal error on his part, because now the pawn is protected and I can promote. So he just resigned at this moment. So looking at the highlights, I got a 93.3% on this, and he had got an 83.4. No blunders, misses, or mistakes, which I always like seeing. I only got a 91.2 in the opening, not too bad, and I got great middle game and great end game, 98.1%. But I feel like he had made a lot of moves that made it easy for me to find the right moves. So it was a win, and it got me to 1941. I kind of going up and down with the ELO a little bit around the 1950s, get a little bit above, go back down, go a little bit above, go back down. But one of these times I'll get it above 980 and get up to 1000 and higher. I feel like with doing all the opening prep with Stockfish and learning where I go wrong in these openings, I feel like it's going to help me skyrocket my elo really fast. So I also do a bunch of puzzles, and we'll just see how it goes. It's a bit of an experiment that I think will go really, really well. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I hope you learned a little bit about the 150 attack and what to do in a case like this, an actual game. Anyhow, we'll see you later. Take care. Bye.